Hey, what's up guys? This is Desmond Walker here, CEO of DW Choreography. DW for Real is happening right now. The next amazing show with all for real choreography, dancing, dancers, you name it, we have it here. 110%. I have an amazing guest coming on the show right now. You're gonna love her. Here she is, Miss Hailey Beasley. She's gonna be amazing. Gonna be talking a lot on the show, so here we go. Hey, what's up y'all? I told y'all it was happening. DW for Real. 110% dancing, choreography, dancers, you name it, whatever it is in the industry, in the art of movement and dancing. We got it on lock. So, I told you guys I have an amazing talent on the show today. And she's here. She is waiting. She is waiting to present her lovely self. And she's brought her lovely mother with her. I have with me today, Miss Hailey Beasley and Miss Paula Beasley on the show today. Happy to have you guys here. Thank you for coming. How you doing, Hailey?
Great. Thank you for inviting me.
You're welcome. Thank you for coming. I'm just really excited to have you guys here. Miss Paula, thank you for coming.
No, thank you so much for having us here.
Absolutely, absolutely. So we're going to get into it. But before we get into it, I want to show you a little bit about what Hailey does, because she's dynamic and I want you to see what she's doing. So check her out real quick. Roll the tape, here we go. Alright, so you just saw her. Totally, absolutely amazing. She's stunning. Miss Hailey. Hailey is an amazing dancer. She's been dancing for nearly about 13 years, since she's been born in the womb. She is she's an astounding talent, and I've had the pleasure and the opportunity of working with Hailey with choreography and being able to teach her a little bit about what DW Choreography does and what we do as a company. And I'm just so honored that her mother agreed to bring her in and let me work with her, and Hailey just agreed for me to work with her as well. So Hailey, I want you to tell me a little bit about how long you've been dancing, what you do. You're super dynamic, so I think the world needs to know, because you flip, you tumble, you do it all. So tell us how long you've been dancing. Tell us what's up in the world of Hailey. What's going on over there?
I've been dancing since I was 2, so this is my 12th year of dance.
Oh wow,
and
wow.
I started dance because my sister was dancing, so I just kind of followed whatever she did.
Really?
And ever since then, I've loved it and I've never stopped.
I think it's a really amazing thing to be able to be inspired by your family members, and that's really amazing how you followed your sister, even at such a young age, so that's really amazing. Miss Paula, tell us how she really got into the movement of dancing and things like that.
Oh, how Hailey got into the movement of dance. You know, you kind of mentioned it in your little intro there. Hailey in the womb was kicking around every time certain songs would come on the radio. So
Kicking around in the womb, how about that?
Kicking around, yes. So I knew from the very beginning, you know, she was going to have an outlet for this movement.
Absolutely.
And with her sister already being a few steps ahead of her in dance, it was only natural for Hailey to also have that same opportunity. And so she started dance at the age of 2, and here we are, still dancing.
At the age of 2?
Yes.
At the age of 2. And I think it's so amazing how, you know, like again, at a young age, she's 2 years old dancing. You know, and I can't even imagine, even at 2 years old, there's even not so much that she can do at the age of 2. So
no, there's not a whole lot you can do at the age of 2, but follow a few steps here, follow a few steps there. Yeah,
absolutely.
But that's the foundation. It's that training and training your mind to listen to your dance teacher and to follow those simple instructions.
Absolutely.
Hailey, on the other hand, she's got a mind of her own, as she does even as of today. You know, she would kind of go off on her own and do her little improv thing, even on those recital dates. You know, here's her dance class doing this, and here's Hailey doing her other thing.
Right,
You know,
absolutely.
So, you know, so I saw from the very beginning that she really had a love for this art form, and she just kind of took it and went with it.
And you know what I think, Miss Paula, what's really astounding about what you just said is how you saw it. I think it's really powerful for parents and leaders and mentors to at a young age, when they see kids, when you see them at a young age and you see something that they love, is that you pursue that. And you go after it. You go and you take that child and you begin to mold them in that thing that you feel like they love to do. And I think that's amazing how you've done that. And obviously there's been clear evidence that this is something that you love to do. Hailey, tell us a little bit about why you love it. What is it about dancing that moves you, that makes you who you are? What is it?
I love dance because it's one of my biggest passions, and it's just fun. Like, it's not just an extracurricular activity though for me.
Right,
like, it's something I want to do as my career, so I have to focus a lot on it, but it's still fun. It's not something I dread every day.
Right,
I
absolutely,
love it.
absolutely. And I think, Hailey, one thing that's amazing is finding what you love. Finding what you love, and like you said, it's not just an extracurricular activity for you. And I think sometimes when younger kids, they can put themselves just in those regular, normal activities, and it's just like, okay, Mom, why am I doing this? Da, 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 da.
Right.
But I think it's amazing how you're able to find something that you love that is so powerful, you know what I'm saying, and it drives you, you love it, you breathe it. You know, so how long have you been in competition dancing? How long have you been doing that?
Ooh, I think I was in a production at 5 years old.
Right at 4, borderline 5, yes.
Wow. So she was the little one jumping around on stage doing, you know, this or just doing the kickball changes, you know.
I did a round off.
Really?
Yeah, I ran across the stage and did a round off.
That was a big moment, yes.
Yeah.
Wow. A round off at 4 years old at competition. She's looking like a star. I just know it was amazing. So now, speaking of round off, how long you were in gymnastics? How long were you in gymnastics? Tell us about that.
I started gymnastics at the age of 4, also because of my sister. And
because of the sister. Now, she's following her sister a lot here, so we have got to praise for following the sister. Amen? Go ahead.
I actually quit though for half a year, I think.
Something like that.
Yeah, I just didn't really like it anymore. Then I started back, and that's when I really started taking off of gymnastics. So I had like 2 sports going on that I loved.
Right.
And then last year, I was like, okay, I need to choose something.
Sure,
and I can't just keep doing both. So I chose dance because I like dance more, and I was like, yeah, I gotta let it go. So
Wow.
It was hard, but I like dance a lot more than gymnastics. I'm glad I chose this.
Wow. Now, I know you said you like dancing a lot more than gymnastics, but how would you say your gymnastics has helped or complemented your dancing?
Gymnastics has helped me a lot. It's given me a ton of strength, stamina, and skill, because I mean a lot of dancers don't have tumbling or all the strength they have.
Absolutely.
So that gives me like a little head in the game.
Sure, absolutely, absolutely. I think, Miss Paula, it's astounding how you guys were able to initiate the gymnastics into the regimen of what she was doing. So how important do you think it is as a parent, if they're auditioning dancers or they want to be professional dancers like Hailey, how important do you think it is to be able to add the gymnastics into their regimen?
I think it's very important in any field that you want to go on to be as versatile as you can possibly be.
Wow.
And if we're talking about dance, the more you can do, the more opportunities you're going to have available to you.
Absolutely.
Gymnastics for Hailey is very important to have that, and we continue that. Although she's not competing, she's continuing her tumbling abilities. So it's not totally gone in her life.
Absolutely, absolutely. So she's not competing gymnastics anymore. She's giving it all for dance, and that's so awesome. Hailey's, I'm loving this interview right now because we're going to get a little bit more in depth to what Hailey's doing. We'll be right back for you guys. DW4REEL, we'll be right back for you, all right? Cool? Here we go. Hey y'all, we are back to the DW4REEL show with the one and only Miss Hailey Beasley and Miss Paula Beasley, her lovely mother. So, we're back talking about the dynamics of Hailey, just what she does. She's such a powerful performer, a powerful young artist. I just highly look up to her, and you know, I've just had the opportunity of working with Hailey on many occasions. And Hailey, you're currently still in a dance studio right now, right? Still training?
Yes, I am at Jill Stanford Dance Center, and that's the only dance studio that ever just dance steps.
Now, Jill Stanford, Jill Stanford's Dance Center, I met her through competition company. You guys have a competition company, right?
Yes.
Let's follow it.
Yes.
Competition, it's Fusion.
Fusion National Dance Competition, yeah.
How do you feel like your dance teacher, Miss Jill Stanford, how do you feel like she has helped you with your career in dancing and stuff like that?
My dance teacher, Miss Jill Stanford, is like one of my mentors, honestly. I mean, since I was 2, she's been teaching most of my classes, most of my dances, and she's like sent me to auditions and this and that, so she's just really helped me get to where I am.
Now, one thing I think is amazing about what Hailey just said is how she said she's been her dance teacher since she was 2 years old. Now, one thing I think is amazing, and a lot of what I've learned with working in dance studios, from cheerleading to gymnastics to whatever it is that I've done, you always see a lot of dancers or a lot of athletes bouncing back and forth and back and forth. Miss Paula, how do you feel like that is important, not to necessarily be everywhere? You know, just, you know, you're hopping from that place, you're hopping from this place, do you think it's important for a student to remain under one teacher, or how do you feel about that?
That's an interesting question. I feel it is important if you feel that your student is receiving what he or she needs to be receiving from that teacher. And in Hailey's case, she is. She has been with Miss Jill since she was 2 years old.
Wow.
And I think, you know, the other part of that too is having consistency in your life.
Yes.
When you're hopping around, you're called a studio hopper.
Right.
You know, that makes a little bit of an unbalance in your life.
Wow.
Whether or not you think you're going to something else that's a little bit better or not. But for us, Miss Jill has been in Hailey's life since she was 2, and she's just been kind of that, you know, consistent element in terms of dance for Hailey. And that's what Hailey loves. She loves Miss Jill. She loves her studio. So that's where we are at and where we'll remain.
And that's, you know, I think it's, you know, like you said, I think, and one thing she just mentioned is we'll have a life lesson there, okay? She just mentioned being balanced. And I've learned that when you're going back and forth and you're to and fro, you don't have consistency in your life, you know what I'm saying? Which I think it's amazing how, and you'll see Hailey, once we get done with this, you'll see Hailey in action. You'll see how she's remained the consistency in her technique, the consistency. And I think it's amazing how you said being consistent, you know, the consistency of having that dance teacher that's going to continue to interject and reaffirm what you're doing. And I think that's so amazing how you guys have done that and you guys have had that. Now, I would like to talk about competition. When I met Alyssa, not Alyssa, I'm thinking of her sister. Maybe she's going to be on the show soon. But when I met Hailey, I was just really amazed by her talent. I was amazed by her abilities, and I was able to bring her in with some of the things that I was doing, whether it was shows or video or things like that. But I was able to choreograph a solo for her, and I was thinking of something that would be really fun. We had to do a showcase for DW choreography, and I wanted to do a fun solo, so I called Miss Paula up. And we came in and we did the solo in one day, which is absolutely unheard of for me, because for me, typically it takes me 1 or 2 days when I'm working with clients. I like to work, you know, a couple days on the choreography, but it surprised me because Hailey learned the routine in 2 hours. So, Hailey, what were you thinking that day? Whenever I called, I told your mom about it. What were you thinking whenever you got to the studio and we started working? What was going through your mind on the drive down?
On the drive down, I was like, I wonder what song I'm going to be doing, what style, and I was just kind of curious. I was like, well, I guess I'll find out. And then you actually played the song, and I had been thinking about doing that song for next
Wow.
year's solo, so
Wow.
it's kind of like a coincidence. I was like, oh, that's kind of cool.
Wow.
So I got to do that song, and I love the song. But when you started teaching, I was like, this is a lot. I got to remember it.
Wow.
It was just kind of, I mean, I like learning fast, though. So it was really fun, but I just had to keep going over the choreography and like what I'm supposed to do here. And then I'm like, no, it's the wrong arm. I got to do this.
Right.
And but it was really fun.
Right, and whenever I was putting it together, it was, you know, one thing with me when I'm working with different students, different dancers and things like that, I really like to put a piece on them that's really going to complement them. And one thing I can say, when I was putting this contemporary piece together, everything for me, I felt like it really complimented her, from her gymnastic skills to her dance skill to everything. I really feel like it complimented her really, really well. So I was really excited about it. But in addition to her learning and showcasing, you should be seeing a little bit flash across the screen here, some of the solo. But in addition to that, Hailey took the dance that I choreographed her to competition, and Hailey won some awards here. So Hailey, tell us a little bit about your awards that you won. This is a don't drop it. Hall of Fame Dance Challenge 2014 Regional Platinum Champion. So tell us a little bit about this award right here.
I went to Hall of Fame Dance Challenge a couple weeks ago, and I did this solo and I got a platinum, which is like really good, especially for the level of dancers that you have there. It's
Right,
like
absolutely.
really amazing. And I just didn't really expect any of it. I was like, oh wow.
Wow.
So it was really cool. And I also got Hall of Fame inductee, which is a huge honor because you have to have 2 solos and they add your scores together, and whoever has the highest like average wins.
Wow.
So I really didn't expect that one. But Heart Cry and one of my other solos gave me the inductee award.
And this is really amazing, because if you guys don't know, the scoring of dance competitions, you have all the way from silver, and then you have all the way up to platinum, which the silver is the lowest, and you have platinum, which is the highest in the competition. And she was able to receive the highest award at the competition. Now, Ms. Paula, I want you to go a little bit more in depth in reference to the inductee award. Tell us about how she received that award, and tell us a little more about that.
Okay. Well,
And tell us about Hall of Fame, because I know it's a pretty big competition company. So tell us about that.
Yeah, Hall of Fame has been around for a little over 10 years now, and they have gained the following that they have because they were one of the first competitions that created this inductee spotlight, if
And
you
you have
will.
it on your
Yes.
Look
This
at that. Come on and wear an
Hall of
inductee
Fame
jacket. Come on.
Inductee jacket, yes.
Awesome.
They've created video links on their website of their winners, their
Right.
inductees. And
Right.
so that's what's so attractive about this particular competition. Because of that, they have gained a large following from some of your more elite dancers throughout the United States.
Wow.
So they run 2 and 3 competitions a weekend from January up through June, somewhere around there.
Wow.
So it's a big competition. It's kind of a big deal, and it's one of our favorite competitions that we attend, actually.
Wow.
So in reference to the inductee, you do have to have 2 solos to be eligible for that. Hailey typically always takes 2 solos, but this time she had 3 solos.
Wow.
And Heart Cry, being fairly new to her and being a contemporary solo,
Right.
she has never competed with a contemporary solo
Never
before.
competed with a contemporary solo before,
Yeah.
which is crazy. Out of all the years she's been dancing since 2 years old, she's never competed contemporary. So hats off to Hailey. Yay.
Yeah. So she asked if she could take this contemporary solo. So she ended up taking 3 solos to
Wow.
Hall of Fame. And so they took the 2 out of the 3 highest scoring solos, and Heart Cry
That
was
she
part of
competed.
that she competed.
Wow.
And that was what gave her the induction to
Now,
the Hall of Fame website.
She took 2 solos. Now, if I'm not mistaken, when we talked, I heard that her sister, Alyssa,
Yes.
choreographed the second solo, right?
Right. Found You was a lyrical solo that she took, and her sister
Wow.
Alyssa, who has actually been choreographing for her for the past
That's
3
incredible.
years,
Yeah.
actually won too. So yeah.
And we're going to get her sister on here one day, really soon. I feel like it's going to be really soon. But I just think it's amazing how that the power between the both of them. I think it's amazing how Hailey spoke earlier about you following your sister. And now your sister that you followed, and I'm sure she's been able to inspire you. has choreographed the solo for you that has gotten you such amazing recognition. You know what I'm saying? That's really powerful, and I totally commend Miss Paula for being able to support her daughters in such a way. You know what I'm saying? That's really amazing. So this is really cool. Hailey's awesome. Hailey is doing it up. Hailey, and you're 13, right?
Yes.
13 years, what? 13? Come on, I mean, I don't know what to say. You know, she's short, but she's powerful, right? What is it that makes you believe in yourself with what you do?
I have a lot of self-motivation.
Wow.
And I drive myself a lot. Like, I work a lot on my own. I stretch all my exercise.
Why? Tell us why. Why do you work on your own, Hailey? Because, and the reason why I'm asking is because you're only 13 years old and you're exceptional. You're winning these awards. You have great talent. You know, you're going to see Hailey active in a minute, but I mean, you have such great talent, but you're so young. So what? And I can know when I was young, I was kind of person that was, you know, hey, you know, I'm Desmond, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to be me. I don't care who you are. I don't care what you say. I'm going to do me. You know what I'm saying? So Hailey, what is it? You know, with you having such great, what is it that's driving you? Why do you do it? What is it?
Well, dance is my passion, and it's recently this year, I think is when I've noticed it the most, because I've gone to more auditions, more dance conventions and everything.
Right.
I actually want to do something with dance later
Right.
on, and I don't want it just to be an after-school activity or anything.
Gotcha.
And so, being in a small town where most people do it just for an extracurricular activity, I'm kind of the odd one who's like, no, I don't want to do that. So I have to really motivate myself to like be there, you know, and get there.
To
Wow.
do more,
They do more.
yeah, to gain more skills, more abilities,
Yeah.
just to keep pushing the envelope, I think is
Wow.
what I see in Hailey. And, you know, that's what she does. Although she may not be in that studio every single day of the week,
Right.
she's doing something every single day of the week on her own time
Wow.
to help that growth. That
Wow.
will enable her to be the best dancer that she can be.
Right. I spoke earlier about this dance I choreographed for Hailey's contemporary dance. It was a dance she's never taken contemporary to a competition before. And like I said, I was able to choreograph this number for Hailey. And when we come back, what we're going to be doing is Hailey's going to go live for us. And she's going to do this dance right here in my studio. DW4REEL. Here we go. So what's up, guys? I told you when we came back I was going to have Miss Hailey with me to show you this amazing dance that I choreographed for her. Here she is, Miss Hailey Beasley, Heart Cry, by one and only DW Desmond Walker. Here she is. Here she goes. There you have it. There you have it. Miss Hailey Beasley. Hailey, give me a hug. Absolutely amazing. If you want more information about Hailey and what she does, you can check out the information below. She's on the screen. Hailey, she's awesome. You saw her in person, live and in action. She's a beast. So check her out, DW4REEL. We got monsters on stage. We'll check you guys out. Thank you guys a lot. Appreciate it. Peace out. Bye.
Hey guys, it's Hailey. Follow me on Instagram at Hailey Beasley for tips and exercises and for my Shift and Shape Saturdays.
We would like to give a special thank you to all of our viewers for watching the DW4REEL show. If you would like to be a special guest on our show, contact us at the DW4REEL show at gmail.com. Again, that is the DW4REEL show at gmail.com.